What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl, Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. Before we get started, honey, if you are new to my channel, please make sure you are subscribed. Go ahead and click that subscribe button down below right there. While you are at it, go ahead and click the thumbs up button to like this video. It is an easy and free way to help support my channel, honey. We are trying to grow. Say it with me. Growth. Okay. All right, y'all. So I have not been on here discussing Housewives of Atlanta. Life has been lifing. Some good things, some bad things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just rolling with the punches. So I decided to come on the good internet, the good old YouTube, and give you guys not a full recap because I'm kind of overdoing those things. I'm more in the mood to do like hot takes and just kind of like really go over the main things that have happened over the last few episodes. I don't really feel the need to go scene by scene, play by play. I just can't. But I do have some hot takes and just some very like popular and controversial moments that have taken place on the latest episodes. And I really want to just dive deep with y'all and just like go in and let have and just give y'all like my raw, uncut, unfiltered opinion. Yeah, I'm still working on my monetization. I messed up that word, but y'all know what I'm trying to say for YouTube. So right now, bitch, I'm cursing. I'm cursing. I'm trying not to curse too much because I don't want my content to be too vulgar. I like a little profanity, but I don't want too much profanity. Nonetheless, y'all, let's get the ish crack a lacking. I have some notes because, like I said, I just want to touch on the major things that have really got the people going. You know what I'm saying? The internet streets have been popping with the latest episodes of RHOA, and things are starting to bleed out into social media and like real time, and just it's been a lot going on, Boo Boo Kitty. So, and I'm not going in any particular order, y'all. These are just like my hot takes on the last few episodes and just the most important topics. So I'm going to start off. I'm going to start off with Britt Edie's tragic event, which was supposed to be the launch of her Bare and Naked shapewear launch. And can we just start with the fact that like nobody knew what the F her event was about. Like, not only did the cast members not know, people who were attending the event did not know. Did y'all see that scene where Portia sat down with another young lady? I don't know if she was Britt Edie's friend or just another acquaintance that was just happened to be there, but the girl didn't know either. She was like, yeah, I think it's something about naked. So I'm thinking maybe it might be a beauty line. Portia's like, yeah, that's a good guess. Yeah. It's a damn shapewear, which I'm not gonna lie, I think that's a cute like name for it. Bare naked. What's it called? Bare and naked, barely naked, bare naked, or bare and naked. I don't know. Because the truth is, Britt Edie's ass effed up the title of the company or the whatever the launch that she had. Because one scene she said bare naked, then another scene she said bare and naked. So I'm like, well, which one is it, boo boo? You need to know the name of your product that you're trying to launch. You want me as a consumer to pay for your product, to dig up in my pockets in this economy to buy your shapewear, and you don't even know you getting the name mixed up. So y'all, let me tell y'all a little behind the scenes tea about this event. So what had happened was I was actually supposed to go to this event. My friend, who's a publicist, she invited me, and I was like, okay, bet I'm gonna try to go. Mind you, she did invite me last minute. She invited me the night before, and it was like I was just kind of overwhelmed because it was last minute invitation. I didn't really have an outfit. Like the whole theme was like supposed to be like Kentucky Derby or whatever the hell this theme is with the hats and the this and the that. So I was like, bitch, I don't have nothing like that in my damn closet at the time. I really didn't have a hat, but it's like, to be honest, I could have finessed it. Honestly, I definitely could have finessed it, and I did not need a hat. Um, and lo and behold, it was actually closer to my house. The person that invited me, they didn't realize that I lived closer to that area. So this was filmed at Britt Edie's, I guess. I think she lives there. She actually does live there. And it was like in Roswell or like Johns Creek. So I'm thinking, I heard through the grapevine that she probably lives at like Country Club of the South, which is here in Atlanta, Georgia, but on the outskirts of Atlanta, closer to me. So it's like in that Roswell, Johns Creek area. Not that y'all know or care, but just, a little behind the scenes tea. It's probably like 30 minutes from the city. Nonetheless, it's a really nice place. It's a really nice area. And word on the street is that Britt and her husband actually live there. They live in that country club. So, did y'all hear? I mean, I know we heard about the stuff with the party planner and the event coordinator. Yeah, let me get to that first before I get to the how much they owe the country club. Oh, Brit. You make it so easy for the fans to read you for filth. And it's like, y'all, I already told y'all, like, I met Brit, like, I filmed a scene as like a background person. Like, she was very kind to me. She and Drew were very sweet to me. Like, however, like, I still hold people accountable. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, girl, I'm trying to like give us something positive, and it's just like, girl, like, Britt, this was your first event. This was your first event of the season. We're at episode, what episode was this? 12, 13, one of them, child. I don't even know, child. Um, and it's just like, girl, you had everybody, you had Shamia put on an event, you had Kelly done put on 3 events by now. You didn't like, okay, let's start with the first issue. So she blamed a lot of the things, the mishaps at this event on the party planner. Before we get to the party planner, let's go with the venue. Okay. It being at the country club, I think that was a cute idea. I really do think it was a cute idea. When you're launching something like that, the venue doesn't have to necessarily like tie into the product that you're promoting and you're selling. So, excuse me, I do think that the country club was a nice venue to have this event. However, honey, you didn't have shit put together. Like, my girl that went, she was telling me it was given low budget. Like, they did not really put much into just even the product line. Like, it could have been promoted better. Like, y'all could have had like a backdrop, a poster board, like it just could have been a little bit better. And then we saw on the show when they pulled up, it wasn't no, the bitch was still trying to put the shit together. She was like, yeah, I'm sorry. We're still trying to get everything together. But that's not her fault. Now, some of what Britt said as far as the event coordinator was late. And like, that is a major no-no. If you are an event coordinator, if you are doing PR for an event and you are like putting together the event, whatever it is, especially if you are an event coordinator, you cannot show up fucking late to the event. Like, you are a necessity to the event. You are there early before even Britt gets there. So when Britt gets there, the shit should be perfect. Everything should be put together. There should be no flaws. Like, everything should be done. There should be no, oh, I'm coming in and you still putting shit together. That should not fucking, there's no reason why Shamia and them got there and motherfuckers were still putting shit up together. That is unacceptable. And especially for an event that's going to be televised on national effing television. If I was Brit, I would have been embarrassed. Now, the most embarrassing part, and I do have to read Brit, the food. The food situation, Brit. The effing food, bitch. How you gonna sit here and be like, yeah, so I wanted only certain people to have entrees and the other people were just gonna have light bites. So then I feel like, Britt, if you wanted it that way, if you did not want everyone to be served real food, an entree, or whatever, you should not have done it at the country club. Like, girl, you could have rented out a club, a lounge. Girl, you could have went to Top Golf. You could have went somewhere else that would have kind of fit better with what you were trying to do. Like, I just or y'all could have taken out some of the tables out that room if you didn't want everyone sitting down. You didn't want everybody to have a place setting and a menu. Those are things that should have been communicated with the event planner. So I blame both Brit and the event planner, because again, honey, if you were listening and if you got there early and not late, you would have known how Brit wanted it set up. Now, was it still cheap? What Brit was trying to do, was it still very fucking cheap? Yes. Was it a good look on national television? No. I mean, it's just a mess. Like, now my friend and her people ate. She said she ate good and she drank good, but everybody did not eat. Beloved, everyone did not eat. And what Portia said is true. Atlanta is a different type of place. Like, Atlanta is not in LA. Like, in LA, you can have like industry events or whatever type of events and not feed people, because they in California, they be fucking skinny, anorexic bitches, and they all about green juice and plant life. And Atlanta, we ain't about that life, bitch. We're in Atlanta, Georgia. We want fried chicken. We want mac and cheese. We want yams and sweet potato. We want collard greens. We want some lamb chops. We want some lemon pepper wings. Okay, like, we want the things. So it's like, with Atlanta culture, it is crazy to put on an event and you're in this type of industry and your event is going to be on national television and you don't fucking feed everybody, bitch. I don't give a good goddamn if it was out the budget, bitch. If this was on national fucking television and I am mic'd up, there is no way I'm going to allow you guys, millions of viewers, to hear me say while I'm mic'd up, oh no, I wasn't planning on feeding everybody. I only wanted the other people to have light bites. You bitch, I would have ran the credit card up and I'll deal with the consequences later, bitch, because I'm not about to get embarrassed on national television. I'm not about to look cheap on national television, Brit. People already think you cheap and you fake because a few episodes ago, sorry, you and your husband went to go car shopping, and baby, you didn't drive off the lot with it, baby girl. Whether you were renting it, I don't give a fuck, because I have leased cars in the past. I love leasing. Okay, leasing has worked for me, so it's no shade. Whether she was leasing it, purchasing it, whatever, it's just like, my love, we did not see you drive off the lot. So what was the point? What was the point in you even filming that bullshit? You're looking like you're cheap. You're looking like you're cheap. And then the latest episode with the fucking donations to go to Grenada, you looking cheap again. You're looking cheap again. Shamia gave a whole fucking garage full of products, and bitch, you gave what? A pack of toilet tissue? Bitch. And I be trying to like Brittany because I think she's sweet deep down, but I just don't think Britt was a good fit. I do not think she was a good fit for the show. I have tried to give Britt grace because I understood that, like, even though she played a part in Kenya's demise. Kenya, at the end of the day, Kenya is the reason why Kenya is gone, right? No one told Kenya to get her grown ass on national fucking television and blowing up a poster board of a girl sucking a pee. Like, no one told you to do that, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But to a lot of people, Britt Eady is the catalyst in Kenya being fired. So it's like I already understand that she was gonna have, the short end of the stick. So, me being fair, me being the objective person that I am, I be trying to give this girl some grace, but I feel like Britt Eady makes it very, 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 very hard to like her, to defend her, all of that. Now let's get into the fact that she and her hubby allegedly, allegedly, she and her husband owe the country club $10,000. Greg borrowed $10,000. Rest in peace, Greg Leaks. You are definitely missed. But yeah, like, word on the curb is, bitch, you and your hubby owe them $10,000. Now, I hope that's not true. God, I hope that's not true, because that's a lot of money. In this economy, that's a lot of money to owe somebody. So I hope and pray it's not true. Then something allegedly somebody came out and said is her husband name Mike? Whatever her husband name is gay. I don't get into that. I don't believe in outing people. If they want to have a lavender marriage, let them have their lavender marriage. I promise y'all, I do not give a damn about none of that stuff. I don't give a damn about if somebody wants to be somebody's beard, if somebody's in a throuple, if someone's in an open marriage, if somebody's in a lavender marriage. I don't give a good goddamn. Do what's best for you. Do what's best for you. But you also can't play in people's faces. That's the thing, baby. You can't. 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay? 2 plus 2 is 4. You cannot lie in our face, beloved. So, Britt, good luck, girl. Good luck. I tried. Lord knows I tried, because she was so freaking sweet to me. She was so kind to me. God knows I wanted to try to like really like her, and just I tried to root. I was rooting for you a little bit, girl, but I do think Britt is a one and done. I think this is like her first and final season. Also at this brunch or whatever the hell it's supposed to be, Drew and Shamia get into it, and it's kind of like a little crazy. So look, y'all know I'm the queen of two things can be true at the same time. I feel like, let me address the first situation. I 100% do not appreciate Drew trying to play in Shamia's face and gaslight Shamia as if her comment about paying for PJ's college wasn't shady. Girl, it wasn't malicious, but it was definitely a shady, fun, shady, whatever word you want to use. It was shade, girl. Drew trying to talk about something. Oh my gosh, Shamia, you took a positive conversation and you turned it into. Shamia said, bitch, that conversation was not positive, bitch. Stop fucking lying, Drew. Okay. Drew Pinocchio, bitch. Like, I don't like when people try to like play in my face or play with my intelligence. Do not play with my intelligence. Like in a previous episode, Shamia even said, like, yeah, Drew, she said it in a joking type of way. It wasn't malicious. She definitely was joking. She said it jokingly, but it was a fun shade, whatever. It was shady. I don't think it was a malicious like comment, but I do think it was a little cringeworthy. I do, and I always stand up. Y'all know how I am. Like, I don't have to like a person. Like, just because I don't like somebody, don't mean like everything they do and say I'm gonna go against them. Like, no, I'm not really fooling with Portia like that, to be quite frank. But I wouldn't want no bitch who I'm beefing with to be talking about, oh yeah, I could pay for your child education. And then she doubled down and was like, okay, well, because when Shamia was like, well, I think, PJ's college is taken care of. And she was like, okay, well, I can contribute to some snacks or something. Like, bitch, it was a fun shady type of comment. But don't be trying to sit here and gaslight Shamia talking about some, oh, you took back a conversation that was positive. Bitch, there was nothing positive about that conversation. And why are you guys mad at Shamia for taking it back to Portia? Of course she's going to do it. Aside from her being a lapdog, that is, Portia is still her friend. That's still her real life friend. We already know we're gonna get into the dynamics. I think Shamia was a better friend to Portia than Portia was to Shamia. But the point is that's Shamia's friend. So to think that y'all gonna say something and then like act so shocked that Shamia took it back to Portia is crazy. And so, Drew called the girl a lapdog. I thought that was low hanging fruit. I thought that was a lame joke, but I felt like Shamia took it like I don't want to ever like tell someone how to feel. So yes, I understand that Shamia was like, bitch, I ain't no goddamn lapdog, bitch. Like, yeah, I definitely think Shamia deserved to, defend herself. And, I'm not no lapdog. The same way they used to say years ago, oh, Cynthia doesn't have a backbone. Like, no, bitch, I have a back, you know what I mean? So I get it. Shamia has every right to defend herself, but I do feel like when Drew apologized in that moment, she was like, look, I was heated, I was upset, I kind of felt some type of way, and I did call you a lapdog. It wasn't right, and I am sorry. Like, Drew actually did apologize. So it's like when Shamia was being stubborn and was like, oh no, I'm not accepting that. Fuck you. Oh, I'm not fucking with nobody who called me a lapdog. Roo, roo, roo. Whatever she said. Kiss my ass, bitch. Whatever she said. I just felt like Shamia. It wasn't like all that wasn't necessary. Like, I can see if Drew was like, I'm not gonna apologize, but Drew in that scene, Drew did in fact apologize. Now, though, I will say this is where editing kind of fucks us up. In the latest episode, when they were on the cast trip, Shamia was like, "Oh, but Drew, you said you were gonna stand 10 toes down on calling me a lapdog." Then I was like, okay, they didn't show that. I don't think they showed that. So it's like, okay, I can see why Shamia would be upset, because it's like, how are you gonna apologize to me, but then also say you don't regret calling me a lap? I don't know. It seems like a weird forced beef. I don't know. Shamia. I don't know if you're beefing with Drew because of the Drew and Shamia beef seem a little like unnecessary, if you ask me. Okay, we're gonna move on. Oh my god, I actually don't even want to talk about this because I'm so tired of talking about this shit. And honestly, you guys, I have been talking so much for the last 2 days. I feel like I'm about to lose my voice. I'm definitely gonna need some tea after this video. Okay, let's get into this. Because I really don't want to talk about it no more. Like, I am so over this situation. And I'm gonna let y'all know right now. I think both of them are wrong. I think both Drew and Portia are wrong for different reasons. And I'm going to break it all the way the fuck down for y'all. Mind you, I am not a biased person. I look at things from a very objective point of view. I know everyone doesn't do that. I know a lot of y'all are biased. A lot of y'all hate Portia. And to be honest, I completely understand why. Hate is a strong word, but I dislike Portia too. Portia has her fun moments. Portia, is good TV when she's, on and doing her job well, and she can be fun and outgoing and bubbly. And that is the side of Portia that we like. That's the side of her that has kept her on TV for over 10 years now. However, we've already discussed that I think Portia is a very selfish person. I think Portia is a very self-centered. Oh, god damn. I think Portia is a very self-centered person. I don't think she's a good friend. I don't think she knows about reciprocity when it comes to her friendships and things like that. So I have already read Portia for her flaws. However, that does not mean that I just have to hate her or I'll never see her point of view. Now, I have said this and I'm going to say it again. And I don't give a good goddamn who agrees, disagrees, don't like it, do like it. I don't give a shit. I am coming from a real perspective. I am coming from an objective perspective. As someone who does not even like Portia like that, I can honestly say Drew was dead ass wrong. Dead ass wrong for secretly not only working with Dennis, secretly filming on Real Housewives of Atlanta with Dennis behind Portia's back. Okay? She was dead ass wrong. I don't give a good goddamn about your situation, what you don't care about, what your baby daddy. I don't care about how you and your baby daddy. It's not about y'all. A lot of y'all like to put y'all's shit and y'all's life experience and y'all like to implement it into these people, and you're seeing it from your perspective. Your perspective right now doesn't matter in this specific instance. It's not about you and your baby daddy and how you would care or you wouldn't. It's about this principle in this situation. Portia and Drew were friends. I don't give a good goddamn what level of friendship. Y'all like to argue that too. Oh, well, they weren't friends. Well, they was close enough because when Drew was getting her ass cussed the fuck out at that last reunion and everybody was coming for her, who the fuck did she call on the phone for advice? It was Portia, right? So Portia was her friend then, right? Okay. So I don't like to get into the semantics of, well, wait, technically they weren't best. I don't give a shit about that. The same way y'all said that Portia was Fallon's friend and y'all didn't care about the technicality of the, well, they weren't that close. It was still wrong what Portia did, right? Okay. So despite the level of friendship, Drew was dead ass wrong for secretly filming with Portia's ex-fiance, baby father, and the man that she co-parents with. Drew was wrong. Okay? Dead wrong. However, Portia, you, my love, are also dead ass wrong with how you have handled the situation with Drew. I understand that you probably were upset the initial, you were initially upset. Okay, give yourself a couple days to cool off. But bitch, there is no mother freaking reason why we are at episode, I don't even know what episode this was, 13. There is no reason why it took 13 episodes for you to finally have a proper sit down with Drew. There is absolutely no fucking reason for that. Even Drew said it in the scene, was like, I mean, we could have been had this conversation. We could have been gained clarity, had a kumbaya, sat down, chopped it up. Ben. And Portia's excuse was, well, I don't, when I'm angry, I don't handle things well. And that is mature. Most of us as humans, when we're angry or highly emotional about something, we don't handle situations well. I give you that, bitch, but it don't take you 13 fucking weeks, bitch, to calm your temper down, Portia. You could have been sat down with Drew. Period, Pookie. Okay. Now, it's crazy because the person who really needs to get all the smoke is Dennis, because Dennis is the one that fucking lied to Drew when he said to Drew, oh, Portia is cool with this, she gave the blessing. That was a fucking lie. So I'm gonna fast forward to the latest episode when they're in Grenada at the dinner table. Finally, what the fuck I've been saying all goddamn season, Drew finally apologized and said, you know what, Portia, I could have handled that better, and I should have just went ahead and texted you. I should have and I could have just simply texted you and let you know. Thank you. Thank you, Drew Sidora. That is what the fuck I have been saying since the beginning of this season. Okay, I had to argue with y'all I remember even when I was like, yo, it's 2025. Like, okay, I get it. Portia couldn't meet up with you, but bitch, you can text, you can send a voice note. It's 2025. You have more than one ways to communicate. You don't have to just wait to see Portia at Nobu for brunch. And people was rolling their eyes and acting like I'm so fucking stupid. No, bitch. The point is, Drew could have picked up one of these. It's called a fucking iPhone, a cell phone. Most of us have one, right? And she could have used her fucking fingers. Hey, Portia, I just wanted to let you know that I am going to be working with Dennis on some music. We have a great project coming up. Da, da, da. And is it okay if I film with him on the show? I think it would be great promotion for the project. We want to get all eyes on it. We could really push it. This could be a beneficial thing for all of us. What do you think about it? Let me know. You see how fucking easy that was? Do you see? Do you see how fucking easy that was to do? So Drew was wrong. And I'm thankful that Drew finally said it. Like, yeah, girl, I could have just texted you. I should have just texted you. I was wrong. I definitely see that perspective now. And I should have done that. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Drew. And then finally, Portia finally apologized to Drew for, I'm trying to remember the verbiage of what she said, but Portia basically did apologize and say, you know what? I definitely, I did not handle it the best way and I could have handled it better. So we finally got some little accountability from Portia and Drew at that dinner scene in Grenada. But I will say, I appreciate the way Drew held her own, because I felt like what Portia was doing, which I did not like, Portia was not only weaponizing Drew's situation and divorce, but I did not like that she name dropped that guy Black. I just thought it was low brow, it was a low blow, it was whack, it was petty, it was low hanging fruit. Like, Drew is going through a very tumultuous divorce with Wreck-It Ralph. And for you to name, not only, you didn't just insinuate, you accused her of dating or talking or whatever to someone else, and you name dropped the guy. Now the truth is, it's probably true, right? It's probably true. It came from Dennis. Y'all love Dennis, right? I like Dennis too, but we gotta remember, Dennis is a fucking liar too. This is the same nigga that cheated on Portia when Portia was like 8 months pregnant. Just saying, and then was caught cheating multiple times after that. I'm just saying, I like Dennis. He's very charismatic. He's very funny, but he's also a major reason why these two ladies were beefing this season, because he definitely lied to both of them. But nonetheless, Dennis was wrong for telling Portia, basically Dennis was like, yo, like, she's not trying to fuck with me. She over there talking to or dating, the other producer, Black. I think it's true, but I think it was corny for Portia to do it and to name drop on the national television. Okay. And then Drew was petty and was like, okay, bitch, well, I heard you was dating Future. Now, if y'all don't know, there's not really any validity to that. That is just something that Simon said on social media. I don't know if it's true. I've never heard of Portia being around town with Future. Like, I feel like that would be a thing in the industry. Like, we would have seen it. Like, people would have it would have been on someone's fucking iPhone. Like, if they was at fucking MCK or something, bitch, we would have seen it. It's just, I don't know if it's true, but Simon said it. Drew got her lick back and it was a funny moment. And then of course, Drew was pissed off that I can't talk, that Portia went to go film with Ralph and Shamia. And this is my thing with Portia. I'm about to get on you again, Sister Soldier. I would respect it 10 times more if Portia said, yep, I fucking did, bitch. You said you feel with my baby daddy, my ex-fiance, and you wanted to laugh about it in my face and you wanted to minimize it and gaslight me and act like it wasn't a big deal. Okay, so I went to go film with Ralph. I met up with Shamia, and I did it to fucking be petty, and I did it to make you see how it feels. It don't feel good, right? It ain't no fun when the rabbit gets the gun, right? So I just felt like, own it, Portia, own it. Own it, baby. Own it. Own it. Shout out to Lisa Renna from Beverly Hills. Own it, baby. I don't like when Portia does that. Oh no, I just went to go see Shamia and just Ralph just happened to be there. I don't know how I mean, I didn't know he was gonna be there. Girl, yes, you did, Portia. And I actually would have been okay with it. Like Cynthia said, okay, bitch, y'all even. At this point, you guys are even. There's nothing to fucking argue about. Y'all both have filmed with each other's ex significant others. You're even. Move on. Run along. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Portia, you gonna get your big old bubble donkey booty ass up and leave the argument again. Like, bitch, sit your ass the fuck down, ho. Stop getting up and running around every 2 seconds. Like every single time you're trying to have a conversation, you want to run up and cry. You want to run up from the table. She did that on her spinoff, Portia Family of Lies, when she was talking to her cousin Londi. Rest in peace to Londi, who passed away earlier this year. Very, very sad. But in that spinoff, they had a scene where Londi was confronting her, and Portia got her ass up and ran to the bathroom and was cussing at the producers, like, "What the fuck is this?" And then you want to come back to the table. That was whack. You did it to Drew when Drew first gave you a hug or tried to give you a hug at Kenya's event. You walked away from her in the conversation. You got up and walked away from Shamia in that conversation, and you got up and walked. Like, stop getting up and walking away, bitch. It's giving you can't take the heat, my love. It's giving you can't take accountability in a conversation, and when it gets too hot, you want to dip. But then you want to talk about, oh, the girls are not getting my energy. I don't. And then you're like, oh, Drew, your energy is very combative. And I will say, I did feel like Drew's energy was a little combative this day, but Drew made another good point. She was like, well, bitch, your energy has been combative. So I'm sorry that I'm finally meeting you where you're at. And to be fair, y'all, I think part of the reason why Drew was combative was because she was upset that Portia filmed with Ralph. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, we gotta have more of an objective POV. They're both wrong. Portia and Drew are both wrong in this situation for different reasons. And I broke it down. I probably gave the most objective standpoint y'all will probably ever hear on YouTube. Will y'all appreciate it? I doubt it. But you know what? And I want to give some flowers. Like, there's only a few YouTubers that I think are that try to be objective, or I feel like we're kind of similar in that sense. Is like definitely Jesse Wu, um, Funky Dineva, and sometimes Kempire. Now, Kempire, he admits when he's being biased, but I do feel like Kempire is another one who really does try to. He calls it how he sees it. He doesn't play favorites, even if he likes somebody. No one is above reproach, and that's kind of how I am. So yeah, those are really the only three YouTubers that I really feel like who are big YouTubers who like try to see things from an objective standpoint, who is equal across the board. But I'm ready to wrap up this Drew and Portia storyline. It is Portia. It is giving like, honey, you didn't have Simon on here, and I'm gonna be honest. I feel like they both used each other. Drew and Portia both used each other for a storyline. I don't know why y'all. I mean, y'all don't know because y'all don't know. But word on the curb is behind the scenes tea. Drew was on the chopping block. Like, she definitely got a warning before filming, like, hey girl, like, this is it. This is your last chance. You got to bring it this season. You're definitely on the chopping block. Snip, snip, ho. Like, it's giving chopping block behavior. Like, it's giving chopping block energy, I should say. So come with it. And so that's what I feel like they both use each other for storyline. Now, I do think I think Portia is more to blame actually in this situation because of how much she has dragged it and how much she's avoided real conversation with Drew. I just think if she came to Drew like very vulnerable, just more humble, more like, hey girl, like this really hurt me. This really disappointed in me. Like it's kind of fucked up. Like you as a married woman, you should like if she really sat down and had a conversation with Drew weeks ago, I think they could have resolved it. But now it's just so much damage have been done. But let me hurry up and move on because I've been yapping and I still have more hot topics to talk about with these damn housewives. Um oh my gosh, y'all. StreamYard is acting stupid. Oh my god. Okay, before I continue, Uh, oh yes, before I continue, come on, like this video, y'all. Get my likes up, honey. Please get my likes up. Okay, get me in that damn algorithm. Okay, so hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely hit the notification bell button. That way, you will be notified whenever I drop new content. Okay, my loves, please hit that like button, baby. I'm trying to grow, honey. I need all the likes that I can get, baby girl. Okay. All right, let's kind of hurry this up because my mouth is getting very parched. I want to talk about, and I'm not gonna stay too long on this because I'm very much so sick of this, but I'm not gonna go over it in depth because we know what's up. We already know that Portia is the main culprit as far as the demise of their relationship. But I do want to bring up some behind the not I mean, is it behind the scenes tea? Kind of. Shout out to House of Aaron. I do believe he was the first person to really break this story. Shout out to his sources as well because they really gave him some good information. But according to House of Aaron, there may be some deeper issues when it comes to Portia and Miss Diane versus Shamia and Miss Morton. I wish I had a picture of Shamia's mom, but I did not think to get it. So long story short, honey, allegedly, back in the day, hunty, back in the day, um, I think the story was like Miss Diane had a daycare center here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm assuming at one point it was doing well. However, after the September 11th attacks on the US of A, things, if you guys know, things took a turn for the worse for America, for our economy, the stock market, different industries. People were laid off. I mean, my mom was laid off. Like a lot of things kind of happened those first couple years after 9/11. And there was a lot of fear. Right, in Americans, parents, and apparently a lot of parents like took their kids out of childcare and after school programs and things like that in daycare centers. So long story short, because of the economy, because of everything that was kind of haywire at that time, remember we had the anthrax break. It was just a crazy time in America. And I was a child, but I was aware of everything that was happening. That's another story for another day. Nonetheless, Miss Diane, Portia's mama, had to shut down her daycare center. Allegedly she talked about it to Shamia's mom and was like, I have to shut it down and I don't know what happened to the property. She had to sell it or whatever. Something happened. She lost the property. Well, allegedly, Shamia's mom secretly bought the property or something like that from under Miss Diane, like secretly, allegedly. Again, I don't know this to be fact, but again, shout out to House of Aaron. Y'all can go on his page. He broke the story a couple weeks ago through some of his sources. And allegedly, when Portia a couple weeks ago went on Instagram and was like, Shamia, let me tell you this right now. You need to leave my mama's name out your mouth and da 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 da. And you know the egregious thing that your mom did to my mom. So allegedly, Shamia's mama done stole the daycare center up from under Miss Diane. So, you guys, we have some backstory here. And that would explain, I mean, not really, but it would kind of explain why it seems like Miss Diane has had a very negative outlook on Shamia. Hence that what second or third episode where Miss Diane said to Portia, "Oh, be careful of the dog carrying the bone and this, that, and third. Oh, why would Shamia go back and why would she come back and tell you this information?" Again, Shamia is a fucking loyal fucking friend. So for Miss Diane to insinuate that Shamia is not loyal, Miss Diane, and I've always liked Portia mom. I think she's a very beautiful woman. I think she's a big heart. Do I think that she's a huge enabler for Portia? Absolutely. But the point is, Miss Diane, you and the rest of America knows that Shamia has been a very good, loyal friend to Portia to the point where everyone calls her a lapdog. So for you to insinuate that Shamia can't be trusted, that she's shady, that she's whatever, and 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 Shamia said that Portia told her that Portia's mom was like, "Oh, the apple don't fall too far from the tree." Miss Diane, it is giving that you are still bitter and angry with what Shamia's mom allegedly did to you. And if that's the case, you need to keep that smoke for Miss Morton. Like, Shamia has done nothing to you, and she's done nothing to Portia. She has been an amazing, amazing friend to Portia. And then Portia, I'm looking at you fucking sideways because it's like, when your mom was saying this about Shamia, did you ever defend Shamia's character? And then Portia, why did you feel so fucking comfortable telling Shamia the mean comments that your mom has said about her? That is like fucked up. Like, even in this scene when they were confronting each other, Shamia was like, when you tell me those things, how do you think that's supposed to make me feel? Of course, Portia skated past that question. She didn't answer it. So it's just like, y'all, it's starting to, like, more things are starting to be revealed as into what, like, the weird dynamics between Portia and Shamia. And now that we know that their moms are beefing, it just adds even more fuel to the fire and does provide a little bit more context to the situation. I would love to know what y'all think. Did y'all hear about that behind the scenes tea as far as the history between the moms? And like, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. It was crazy, 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 crazy. Now, I'm almost done. I only have two more things to really talk about. I'm really almost done with my little quick recap of hot topics, or what I call this, hot takes. So we see Phaedra Parks, honey, Shady Faye, Miss Southern Belle. That's what Nene used to do when she was imitating Phaedra. Willie Watkins. Oh, I miss those old days sometimes. I swear to goodness. Y'all know I have a like. I hate saying love and hate. So I have a like and dislike for Phaedra. I think Phaedra is great TV sometimes when she's really on and working. I think she is great TV. I think she did an amazing job on The Traitors. I enjoyed watching her there. I enjoy watching a lot of her old school clips on RHOA when she was actually really clocked in and when she was really, really working and really reading the girls. Like, I like those good moments, but we all know Phaedra has a very negative and shady side to her, and that's the side that I don't like. um Let me get on Phaedra real quick. Like, I'm trying to find another photo of her. Let me get on Phaedra's ass real fucking quick, Phaedra. So when she gets introduced to the scene, right, for the season, Phaedra goes on a whole like shady diatribe. She just runs down the ladies. She had some shade to throw at Drew. She threw shade at Britt. I mean, it was like a little light, fun shade. She said that Britt was a girl about town. She said Britt was a girl about town and about the city and about countries. And she was trying to say that Britt, I don't want to say a hoe, but Britt, gets around town, Britt did have a reputation prior, okay, prior to becoming a peach holder. You know what I'm saying? Like she infamously dated Rick Ross, which is, nice to have on your roster as I suppose. She's dated other men in the industry. So, I guess the Atlanta girlies have known or heard about Miss Britt Edie. But the most alarming thing that really bothered me, that really, 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 really bothered me with Phaedra's commentary is the nasty like remarks that she made about Angela Oakley. I'm trying to remember. She said a couple things. I'm trying to remember what she said in the confessional, y'all, because honestly, I'm stuck on what she said the latest episode when they were arriving or when they were going to Grenada, and she said, "Oh, Angela, that is the what oldest, youngest woman's face, whatever dumb, stupid ass fucking dumb shit that she fucking said." I was like, Phaedra, 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 phony Faye Faye. What we're not gonna do, Phaedra, and again, I have love for you, Phaedra, but I'm not in love with you, honey. What we're not gonna do is come for Angela's looks as if Angela does not eat the girls up. Angela is gorgeous. We can kind of get on her nose a little bit. Okay, she got the Jackson nose, okay, LaToya Jackson and Michael Jackson nose and all that, but we're not gonna act like we ain't about to act like Angela isn't that girl. Like Angela is fucking beautiful. Like Angela's body shits on half of a fucking America. Like, and to be honest, Angela's body is better than yours, Phaedra. Like, I love you, Phaedra, but let's keep it cute, boo. You just started to get your little wigs and your blonde hair and your, like you just kind of started to step it the fuck up these last few years. Like, let's not look at your pictures, what you looked like when you first came on. And I know we all looked a hot mess. Like I'm on the show. I know everybody looked a hot mess back then when why am I saying we? Am I speaking it into fruition, God? Okay. Oh my gosh, y'all, I'm a mess. We all know that back then when them bitches first got on the goddamn show, everybody looked a hot ass fucking mess. However, Faye Faye, phony Faye Faye. You know what? Let me see, because she want to come for my girl. Like, and I'm gonna be honest, y'all, I don't really, as I've gotten older, I do not really like when people make disparaging comments about other people's looks and appearances. I just think it's very low hanging fruit. I think it's not classy. I think it's just lame. I think it's mean. I think it's immature to really like clown someone's like appearance, like their real appearance, like what they actually look like, not their fashion, not how their wig look, not their outfit, but it's like you're saying as a human being, you think that she is not attractive or you think she looks old. That's disgusting. Because Phaedra, you don't, let me clarify. Phaedra does not look bad in this photo, but you're not giving like what you think you're giving in this photo. You've had a lot of cosmetic work done since that photo. And of course, we all know makeup has advanced since this photo was taken many years ago. And the girls got their beat faces. Like, we all know makeup has, definitely advanced. Here, let me share my screen, because I went on the thing called Google, and I done found some photos of Faye. I'm like, let's just all take a little look together, shall we? How about we just all take a little look see? Phaedra has had quite a lot of work done. This was Phaedra in like season 3. And that was good for the time, 2012. That was like a lifetime ago. But then you look at this photo. I mean, of course, this is heavily edited. You know what I'm saying? I can be a realistic person. It's heavily edited, very intense makeup. But I just feel like, honey, you're trying to come for Angela Oakley's face, and Angela is actually younger than you. I think Phaedra, I just looked up the other day. Phaedra like 50, y'all. Hold on. And I'm not saying 50 is old. I'm not, my sister's about to turn 50. There's nothing wrong with being 50. It's, again, I'm just coming for Phaedra because she wanted to come. 51. I'm coming for Phaedra because she wanted to come for motherfucking Angela Oakley, bitch. And I just feel like Angela, whether Angela really is 43 or she's lying to us or she's older, I don't give a damn. I think it is so weird as a woman to age shame another fucking woman. Phaedra, you are 51 years old. You're 51, bitch. Nene Leakes, 50. Damn, Nene looks the fuck good for Nene is pushing 60. Nene looks the fuck good for her age, for 57 years old. That's crazy. They really are getting older. Portia is 43. Candy Burst is 49. So it's like, Phaedra, you're 51. Bitch, how are you 51 and you gonna call somebody else face looking old, bitch? I didn't like that. I don't like that. So the little immature low blows, the weird comments about people, like, bitch, you shut up, Phaedra, because you just started to really, work the scene the last few years. Just a few years now, you done started to really step up your fashion game, and you got a good stylist, and you've been wearing the platinum blonde wigs and the heavy makeup, and you just started doing that, Bookie. So don't come for my girl. Don't come for my girl. Then she tried to say, "Oh no, I didn't know. I know Charles, but I didn't know Angela was married." Okay, bitch. Low hanging fruit. And then lastly, I have to get on my girl. I just cape for her, but y'all know I am very fair. One thing about Momo, I am not biased, honey. Anybody can get it. No one is above criticism in my book. So, but this isn't really about Angela. This is more about Charles. Charles, your dinner's ready, baby. No, and I posted on my YouTube the other day. I do not, for the life of me, understand why y'all make so many fucking excuses for Charles Oakley. There is absolutely no reason to go on national fucking television, bitch, acting like you hate your wife. There is no reason. When they had a damn confessional scene and the fucking producer was like, do you love Angela? He couldn't even say yes. What the fuck how damaged are y'all? There is nothing. I repeat, there is absolutely fucking nothing cute, funny, or old school about Charles not being able to say that he loves his wife. Are you fucking kidding me, bitch? On national fucking television, he didn't even want to fucking kiss her. Okay, in the beginning, I didn't really like him, but I was like, you know what? He grew on me. I use the same excuse as y'all. Oh, he's just old school. Oh, he's just one of those like, old, angry old men. Like he don't really, he's very stoic. He's very whatever. He's old school. He's this, he does. And I was like, wait a minute, Monique, this is some bullshit. Like, he had a couple little funny moments throughout the season that I kind of chuckled a little bit. But besides those moments, I do not like Charles. He is not a likable person. He is not a nice man. He is very mean. He's very stoic. He does not love his wife. Like Angela is a beautiful, amazing woman. I think there are so many men out there who would love to be with her. Mind y'all, this photo that they're in right now, I was at that event. I was at the season 16 premiere party here in Atlanta, Georgia at the Thompson Hotel. I was there. That was my second time being in the room with them. I also was it's probably the finale or near the finale episode. I'm already going to tell y'all now, they are going to have a charity event at the end of the season. I do believe this is not, I do believe, I actually know this is going to be their final season for season. Wow. Their final episode for the season. Charles and Angela had a charity event, and I'm going to save my insight, my observations. I'm going to save my commentary, my opinion. I'm going to save all of that for when after the episode airs. I have to see what they actually show versus what actually happened at the event. Like I have to see. So I'm not going to say anything right now until after. But nonetheless, you guys, and I don't want to be disrespectful to this married couple, because if y'all know me, y'all know I'm all about love. I want love to win. I advocate for marriage and love, even though it seems to be a dying situation now, but I do advocate for love, especially in our community. However, someone needs to talk to Charles and not Angela, because he's not going to listen to Angela. Another man needs to respectfully be like, yo, bro, like you look very mean. You look like, it's one thing to be stoic and like shy and quiet. It's another thing to look very fucking mean. Again, there is nothing cute, funny, old school about not being able to say I love you to your wife, especially if you're asked on TV. So you have a scene of him not wanting to kiss her when they were out at dinner on the rooftop, and she asked for a kiss. He barely wanted to kiss her. Then when the producer said, "Do you love Angela?" he couldn't even answer. Oh, go on to the next question. You could not even give us a politically correct, a PR response of course I love my wife. That's it. That's all you have to say. No one said for you to just express your dying love for. Don't just say, of course I love my wife. Done. Even if you don't, you couldn't just fake the funk for national fucking television. The producer was asking for a reason. For the producer, do y'all know how asinine that is for someone to even ask another couple, like, oh, do you love your wife? First of all, that's an asinine fucking question to even ask somebody. But there is a reason why the producer asked it. And this fucking, I don't want to disrespect him. This man right here could not even use his mouth and use his words to say, yeah, of course I love Angela. Of course I love my wife. Yeah, I love her. Something, shit, give us something. You talk about some going to the next question. We're going to the next topic. That is crazy. That is nasty work. That is absolutely nasty work. I do not know what type of damage y'all have gone through. It comes off like y'all are used to abuse. Y'all are used to negativity. Y'all are used to men not loving you. And I'm not saying I had that. My household was not like that. Like my parents did say they loved each other, but it just wasn't all the time. They did not dote over each other. So I didn't come from no cookie cutter perfect. Oh, I love you. I didn't come from that. But I still have enough fucking brain cells and emotional intelligence to fucking know, bitch, that's not how it's supposed to be. And if someone asks you, do you love me, bitch, you better fucking say yes, nigga. What the fuck? I'm your goddamn wife. I have held you down for all these years. I held you down and took you back after your indiscretions. Are you fucking nuts? And we're on national television together, and you can't tell these motherfucking people that you love me? Oh, bitch. It would have been, I would have knocked all that shit over, bitch. I would have knocked all that shit over. The shit would have been done, wrapped up, end of the scene. I would have been cussing him the fuck out, would have been going off. I probably would have been crying because it's so fucking mean. It's so fucking hurtful. It's so fucking hateful. Um, and then I lied, but I gotta give Kelly some love because I've talked about everybody except for Kelly. The only thing I want to talk about Kelly is that my heart goes out to her this past episode when they were gearing up for the girls trip. Um Hearing that her publicist reached out to Mark, her ex-husband, soon to be ex-husband, and like, because I guess, the publicist and Mark had a good rapport with each other, a good relationship. So, the publicist was trying to be, he's like family at this point. So he's trying to be, trying to be helpful. And the fact that Mark was like, objected to everything. Nope, 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 nope. Now look, the man Mark was already allegedly abusive to Kelly. Kelly already said that he threatened her. He threatened to unalive her in the middle of the courtroom. That's why the judge held him contempt of court, and the judge issued a restraining order against him because he threatened her life. Do you know how diabolical and sick you have to be to threaten someone's life in front of a judge? You That is someone who actually would unalive her if he had the chance. And then the fact that he's now punishing their children, and like he's not wanting to contribute financially, he's not wanting to help them, he doesn't want to take them to school, he doesn't want to see them, he's not calling them to check. Like, that is sad. And to see those beautiful young Black girls, they did not deserve that. And it made me just feel for Kelly even more. I think Kelly does not get enough appreciation for like the things that she's dealing with. Kelly really comes on the scene, loud, sometimes obnoxious, but fun, bubbly, outgoing, exciting. And it's like you would have never known that she's carrying all this weight on her shoulders, and like having to not only juggle personal life, business, a career, now this TV show, and still be a mom. And she's battling a tumultuous divorce, and she's battling custody stuff and child support. Like, she's battling all this. And like, I just pray for her emotional and mental state. And I also pray for the emotional and mental state of her beautiful children, because they do deserve better. And it's just like, I'm not even a mom yet, but it's just like, I feel like, God forbid, I never want that. But okay, it's one thing to not do right by me, but do right by our kids. Like, they are innocent. They did not ask to be here. They don't deserve any of this. Be an asshole to me, but do not do that to our children. So it's like, when she started crying, it's fucked up. And then when you couple that with the abuse and the threats and it's a lot. So, again, shout out to Kelly for just being such a trooper this season and being vulnerable, sharing her life, being a good sport, being a great addition to the show, and really just carrying all this toxicity and trauma on her back, and still being graceful, still, not being hateful to the ladies, still being very nice and welcoming and loving. She seems like she has a big heart. And like anyone that I've known that has ever met her here in Atlanta, like I've heard she's a very, very nice person. So I'm definitely rooting for Kelly. And yeah, you guys, I'm about to lose my voice. My mouth is dry. Child, I don't think I got everything, but I got enough. Those were just like the real hot topics. I keep saying hot topics, the hot takes that I just wrote down on my phone, on my notes, like yesterday. And I was like, you know what? I want to talk about this shit with the YouTube people. I want to just get out with no interruption, like just me getting everything out. Like, that's why I'm even pre-recording this, because I just like, I love y'all's commentary. I love the way y'all interact, but I just had to pre-record this. So y'all, I'ma post this and I'm gonna publish it when it's like, I forget the word, y'all. But y'all gonna be in the comments. Y'all make sure y'all like this video, shout it, like it, comment, subscribe. And let me know your opinion, even if it's different than mine. I just ask that you be respectful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just be respectful. I love y'all so freaking much. Again, please like, please comment, subscribe. I love y'all, and I will see you guys very, very, very soon. Bye bye.